Assalamu alaikum, dear student. Hopefully, you are safe and sound at home. We are also fine by the grace of Almighty Allah, but we are afraid of the present situation. Actually, the number of dying people is increasing due to the COVID 19. So that's why we are actually in a horrible situation. So please, everyone, pray for the unrest situation so that Allah might help us. Allah might give us the calm and quiet situation. Okay, dear. So let's come to the today's class. Well, this is Ibrahim Khalil Laimun, assistant teacher in English, Halishore Cantonment Public School and College. Today, actually, we are going to start English second paper for the students of class 9 and 10. So let's come to the point. So today, actually, we are enjoying unseen passage. The passage is definitely related to the DNA. So that means the passage is about DNA. So the learning outcomes, that means after the lesson, you will be able to know the features of DNA. You will be able to know the functions of DNA in human body, and you will be able to answer any of the questions relating to DNA. So before going to the unseen passage, there are some tricks for information transfer. As we are going to enjoy a passage, unseen passage, and after that you will have information transfer. The question number 4. So generally that carries 5 marks. There will be 5 gaps, and after that you will fill up these gaps according to the passage. That means from the passage. So that is called information transfer. So filling up the information transfer is very easy, but sometimes it's difficult for some students. So that's why definitely there are some tricks for information transfer. So let's come to the point, come to the tricks for information transfer. So actually it's like an IELTS exam. In IELTS there's a reading test, so there's a passage for unseen. In that unseen there are some tricks also, so we have to follow the tricks also so that you can get the answer very easily and you can match up with the sentences from passage. So let's come to the first one. The first, who did, that means from the passage, there will be a subject. So definitely depending on the subject you have some points, point of subject, so that you can get the idea very easily that who did the thing. That means subject of the passage. So if you know the subject of the passage, so you can get very easily the answer of the information transfer. That means who did it. And the second one, what was done. That means here had been given some event and actions. From these event and actions, if you ask the questions what was done, so very easily you can get the answer what was done actually. The third one, when was done. That means the time of occurring or time of happened. So that means what was happened and when or at what time was it happened. So you just find out the time. So the time actually that most of the case there was the year, there was given year or date, so or the time or the age. So very easily you can get this by asking when. And the last one, where was done. That means by where you can identify or you can locate the place of occurring or place of happen. That means what task was happened in which place, that means where. So by these only 4 things you can get very easily the gist of the unseen passage. That means who did, what was done, when was done, and where was done. So in a nutshell, we can say who, what, when, and where. By this only four WH question, you can get very easily the answer of the information transfer. So that's why definitely the dear student, you must keep in mind these four options whenever you go through the unseen passage. So at the time of going through the passage, you must keep in your mind these four options, and definitely it will help you to find out the answer very easily. So let's come to the unseen passage. So as I told earlier, actually the passage is about DNA. So this is that here is a passage. So for your better understanding, I can translate into Bangla also, so that you can understand very easily the gist of the passage, what actually was told in the passage. So let's come to the passage. You're here, and every cell in your body contain your unique DNA. That means তোমার চুল এবং প্রতিটি তোমার শরীরের প্রতিটি কোষ তোমার একক ডিএনএ বহন করে থাকে। It can tell you about your family, health and personality. So that means এই ডিএনএটি তোমাকে বলতে পারে তোমার পরিবার সম্পর্কে, স্বাস্থ্য সম্পর্কে এবং তোমার ব্যক্তিত্ব সম্পর্কে। DNA was discovered by a German scientist, Friedrich Miescher, in 1869. এই ডিএনএটি 1869 সালে জার্মান সায়েন্টিস্ট, জার্মান বিজ্ঞানী ফ্রেডরিক মাইসচার দ্বারা এই ডিএনএটি আবিষ্কার করা হয়েছিল। But nobody realizes its importance then. কিন্তু তখন কেউই এর গুরুত্বতা সম্পর্কে বুঝতে পারেনি। Other scientists thought that it was too simple to contain the map of how we are made. অন্যান্য সায়েন্টিস্ট বা অন্যান্য বিজ্ঞানীরা মনে করেছিল যে এটা এতই সাধারণ ছিল যে যেভাবে আমাদেরকে তৈরি করা হয়েছে তার ম্যাপটাই বহন করে থাকে, তার চিত্রটাই বহন করে থাকে। In 1953, a group of British scientists of Cambridge University finally discovered the structure of DNA and how it works. 1953 সালে ক্যামব্রিজ ইউনিভার্সিটির একদল ব্রিটিশ বিজ্ঞানী অবশেষে ডিএনএর অবয়ব বা গঠন আবিষ্কার করেছিল এবং এটা কিভাবে কাজ করে তা আবিষ্কার করেছিল। So they were given the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1962. তাই তাদেরকেই 1962 সালে মেডিসিনের জন্য নোবেল প্রাইজ দেওয়া হয়েছিল। Gradually, scientists learned to read more and more of the information in DNA. ক্রমাগতভাবে বিজ্ঞানীরা এই ডিএনএর বিভিন্ন আরও বেশি তথ্য সম্পর্কে আরও তথ্য সম্পর্কে পড়তে শিখেছিল বা জানতে শিখেছিল। In 1986, for the first time, DNA test was used by the police. আর 1986 সালে সর্বপ্রথম এই ডিএনএটি পুলিশ দ্বারা ব্যবহার করা হয়েছিল। Some DNA is usually left by a criminal at the place where the crime was committed. কিছু ডিএনএ সচরাচর অপরাধকারী বা অপরাধকারীর দ্বারা ত্যাগ করা হয়ে থাকে এমন একটা জায়গায় যেখানে অপরাধটা সংঘটিত হয়েছিল। This can be matched with DNA from a suspect. আর এটি মিলানো যেতে পারে, এটি ম্যাচ করা যেতে পারে, দ্যাট মিন্স মিলানো যেতে পারে সন্দেহভাজন একজন ডিএনএ এর সাথে। The test shows whether the suspect is guilty. আর এই পরীক্ষাটি প্রমাণ করে যে সন্দেহভাজন ব্যক্তি আসলেই কি অপরাধী আর না। So this is the passage. So you can see the passage again. There are some highlighting or different colors. Some sentences are in different colors. So actually these are the main points of this passage. That's why I have colored this sentence in a different color so that you can understand very easily. So whenever you go through the passage of unseen, so you must underline which line will be important for you. You must underline or you must make color so that you can understand very shortly, very easily the important point, and you can relate with the answer very easily. So after this passage, let's come to the information transfer practice, that means exercise. So there's the instruction for you: complete the table below with information from the passage. So that is actually information transfer. So let's answer this information transfer. So here also the title: when, who, where, event or action. As I have given you the tricks for information transfer, so the title or the titles are similar to my tricks. So that's why definitely if you go through the tricks before starting, before going through the unseen passage, so definitely it will help much. So let's come the first one: 1869 dash and dash. So here two answers will be there. So from the passage we can know very easily: in 1869 the DNA was discovered. So from the passage very easily we can know the information that in 1869 DNA was discovered. So that means we got the answer number 2, that means DNA was discovered. That's fine. But who discovered it? That's very easy answer. So here that means in unseen passage there had been given the German scientist Friedrich. Let's check the answer: Miescher. So that means Friedrich Miescher. So the first answer: who discovered it? Friedrich Miescher. So and what was happened on that time? That means 1869. So discovered DNA. So that means discovered DNA. Okay, now come to the second one. So the second answer is what? Discover DNA. Dear student, now come to the third answer. So in the second sentence, the clue had been given 1962. So what was the event there? Were given the Nobel Prize for Medicine. So that means we know from the passage a group of British scientists from Cambridge University. So they actually discovered the structure of DNA and how it works. So that's why they were given the Nobel Prize for Medicine. So we can know the answer very easily. So the answer will be what? A group of British scientists of Cambridge University. So let's come to the fourth answer. So here police, the clue is police, and use DNA test for the first time. So if we go to the passage, that's very easily, that means we have to find out the time, that means when, that means year. So here actually in the passage the year had been given when the police used DNA test for the first time. So the answer will be very easy, that was 1986. So the answer 1986. So let's come to the last one: criminal. So what criminal does actually with the DNA? So from the civic sense we can say, or from the passage we can say very easily, whenever Dear student, there's a notion, there's a very important thing. Whenever you get the clue, so go, taking the clue with you, go to the passage and relate with the same line. Whenever the clue is there, then you read out the sentence again and again and find out, match the clue and find out the remaining part of this sentence, and what will be the answer, you can get it very easily. So that means criminal, what criminal left, we got the answer from the passage, that criminal left the what DNA, that means DNA at the criminal spot, or at the criminal, that means where a crime was committed. So here the answer what leaves some DNA at the crime spot. So that is the answer. So that's the answer we get very easily, the five answers. So these way we can get 5 out of 5 very easily. So dear student, you have to be very careful about this sort of silly things. Actually, these are the small, and it is very easy to get the answer to upgrade your grade by giving all the answers correctly. So this all about the information transfer from the unseen passage. So I request all of the students, you to go through the unseen passage this way, following my instructions, following the tricks, and then go through again and again and practice for several times, so that you will be expert in any kind of information transfer. So dear student, let's come to the homework. So that will be your homework for the next. Learn and do all the unseen passages from the Cadet College, along with answering question number 4. That means there I had been given, there I had given you a passage from a cadet college, that is actually Barishal Cadet College. So the remaining cadet college you must do only the question number 4, that means unseen passage with information transfer also. So if you have any query, so if you can't understand anything, don't worry. So there's a comment box. Please write down on comment box what you have enjoyed or not, what is your difficulty. So please comment in the comment box. Until then, thank you very much, dear all the students. Thank you all for enjoying my class. Thank you very much.